Tim,
Yes, sir.
why don't you introduce us and we'll start our new thing.
Oh, okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Tim. Welcome back to Hamlet without Hamlet. Once again, joining me on the keys is David.
Oh, we're going out of order. Hey there.
And over here we have Sir Ian,
That's me.
the bearded.
Hello.
Today, he's back. Okay, we are going to share our favorite film soundtracks. I know mine, Ian knows his, but we don't know each other's. So, David's plan is to reveal them one at a time. We will discuss, and then we will come up with a top ranking of all of them, and we'll see how it ends up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
And unlike previously, I will not be participating today, except for running the keys for you. Although I may pipe in because, you know, I am a person with opinions.
Reasons.
Opinions.
Yes.
Opinions.
Everybody's got one.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of them stink.
Well, sir, would you like to kick us off?
I don't know. Is that what David has keyed up?
I can do either of you first. Tim's are on the first page, but I can do them in any order. Not in any order, because I'll have to remember which one's which. Actually, I can do them in any order.
All right.
What, should I start out? Okay, I can start out. Hold on. I gotta. Where's my.
We do it.
You know what I'm doing.
Yep, I think I do.
Well,
Whoa!
I know. Big shocker, folks.
Get out of Dodge.
Dazed and
Dazed and
confused.
That is confusing.
I know.
You have me dazed.
I know.
Let me see that thing.
I mean, if you've been around the channel, you may have heard.
If you've
Have a little
had
bit of an
ears.
affinity for Dazed Confused.
Slow
It is a
ride. Take it
prominent film.
easy.
From my formative years of being a teenager to young adult.
School's out. Love it. Love Hurts. Love it. Cherry Bomb. Love it. Fox on the Run. Love it. Low Rider. Awesome. Tuesday's Gone. Love it. Haven't heard Highway Star. Rock and Roll Night. Love it. Paranoid. Solid.
It's loaded. And never can I hear Sweet Emotion and not just the roll into the parking lot. Start of the movie. Just every time. It driving in the car, here to the store, working in the garage, just there.
Yeah.
As I was thinking about this, you know, what is a soundtrack that really resonates with me? What songs are that are so ingrained with the film that there's no question when I hear it, it takes me there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the tracks that go along with the entire album. And it is confused. I think they did such a good job of fusing the music with the movie and the feel and the vibe, and it matched the era and time frame of what music would have been at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Love
that's
it.
my kickoff number one.
All right.
I know, big shocker, everybody.
Big
I'm
shocker.
very ranged.
All right.
All right. You do your list or about over to me?
We're just gonna go one list and then, or should we
Whatever
go-
you want to do.
What do you
Whatever
want to do?
do?
What do you think, folks?
I can kick it off.
We'll go back and forth. Pinball.
Yeah. No doubt.
Do you remember the first one you sent me?
I do remember the first one I sent you.
Mm-hmm.
It was a hard poll because I think it could be any of the three, but
Ooh,
I
okay.
connected most readily and most continuously with Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. We've talked about it before, but seeing that in theaters with David and my sister and his sister when I was a sophomore in high school was very formative. I bought the soundtrack maybe the next day or a couple days later, listened to it on repeat, listened to it all through. Like, it was one of my always listen to it when I'm writing a paper through college. You know,
Just makes you ready to take it
yeah,
on.
a knife in the dark concerning hobbits. It's
Yeah.
Council. It's just so many. Again, the themes carry through to all three, so all three are wonderful. But
Yes.
this one started it off. It became the Lord of the Rings theme that then carried through, and it helps the greatest trilogy of all time be the greatest trilogy of all time.
I like it. I could see that being great study, just the riding that journey. I could. I like it.
There you go.
I like it. Fits with kind of what I thought you'd be coming with. Yeah.
Indeed,
I
indeed.
like it.
All right.
So now, I always struggle to remember my order.
Sure.
Because, folks, as of, not long before starting this, I was still trying to pick my full list.
Would you like me to tell you what it is?
Oh, no, I got them all listed here because there's also, reference things. Oh, yeah, this one will make Tim happy.
Okay.
Right? And hold on. Let me just make sure I'm...
Will it?
Well, I think it will.
It's so good. Dazed and Confused again.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was making sure my order was right. High production here, folks. First track, Take a Look Around. Mission Impossible 2.
Mission Impossible 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, he says.
Wow.
That's not an impressed noise.
Not where I was gonna go. Okay, I gotta be honest. I don't know.
So great.
I've never. Where do I want to go with this? Many things have been said about Mission Impossible 2. A lot of them not great. I don't know if in the history of the world, the words, "That's one of my favorite soundtracks of all time," has been uttered. I will defer. I can't say that I've looked at the track listing, so I could be wrong. Okay. Mission Impossible 2.
But you love the Mission Impossible series.
I do. You are not incorrect.
So, I mean...
But, we're soon to see the 8th film. Here's my order. Unsurprising what's going to come at the end.
I don't know which one could be
Four?
the end.
4, 7, 5, 6, 3, 1, 2.
You're out of the frame. You're way out of the frame.
Did I hear that before?
Maybe.
It's
Maybe.
possible.
It's not a bad movie. It's just not a great movie. It's not a great Mission Impossible movie. Again, I'm not trying to come down on you. And maybe I needed the takeaway here is I should listen to the soundtrack.
Would you like me to read you some of the track list?
Okay.
Okay. Take a Look Around by Limp Bizkit. I Disappear by Metallica.
Limp Bizkit.
Scum of the Earth by Rob Zombie.
Classic.
They Came In by the Butthole Surfers.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Rocket Science by the Pimps. Have a Cigar by Foo Fighters and Brian May. Going Down by Godsmack.
Okay.
Alone by Buck Cherry. And that, yeah, I don't think the rest of them are going to be
Relevant.
easily, yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm convinced. Interesting. I mean, that feels very 2002.
Very much so. And I saw the movie once.
I can't believe that John Woo was like, check, give me some Buck Cherry. Butthole Surfers. I mean, what else are you going to surf on?
Ride the wave while you can, I guess.
Anyway, wow. Okay. That was, you could have given me a million years.
I gotta keep you on your toes.
Oh my goodness.
8 hours ago I was recording and we were crying, but it was for a completely different reason. It was a completely different reason.
You're welcome. Now, to be fair, I have not seen Mission Impossible 2 for about 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
But you've listened to the soundtrack.
A lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
that's the total new metal era music.
Yeah. No, I heard all the band names. Yeah.
And
That
no.
seems right
that
up your
one-
alley. So
And
it makes more sense for you after hearing the track list.
Yeah.
Okay.
And folks, not necessarily my number 2. That was just number 2 on the list. I'm just kidding.
Right.
Yeah.
I had to get Tim going. He's ready now.
Well, changing gears a little.
Just slightly.
My second one is Legends of the Fall.
I hope that's the one I have here. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen this one.
I have not.
Really interesting, fun, kind of Western epic about a family in Montana. The father is Anthony Hopkins, and he has 3 sons, Brad Pitt, Aidan Quinn. What's the third one? I don't remember. 3 boys, and it's kind of their growing up and kind of coming of age tales from youth through young adulthood to getting married. And there's one girl that a couple of them like over the course of the movie, and the cinematography is mind-bogglingly good. And specifically the song The Ludlows. It has a direct line to my heartstrings. Mm-hmm. So much so that it was actually one of the songs that my cousin Lynn did an arrangement for our wedding. And that is what they played during some of our processional at our wedding. So,
And do you have that line that is so...
no, it's just instrumental.
Oh, just instrumental.
The whole
Okay.
whole soundtrack is just
All right.
instrumental. Yep.
So it's just a specific that hits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. James Horner.
The violin swells and chills right down the spine.
Yep.
Anyway,
All right.
The Legends of the Fall.
Well, I'm always looking for...
Let's put it on.
Well, music I'm more likely to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Mhm. If you only listen to one song from that soundtrack, listen to The Ludlows, which is the name of the family. So when you're first getting to see them, this is what plays underneath. But it's a really, really cool theme.
Sets a tone and a tempo.
Thank you, James.
Yep.
Back to you, sir.
All right. Are you ready?
I don't know.
You can't be ready when it's this random.
This one will be a little bit better, modern, makes sense.
Okay.
You might even like this movie a little bit. It's possible.
Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Hey.
But which volume?
One.
Volume 2.
2.
2.
Okay.
It was tough.
Those are both great.
But Mr. Blue Sky, for one, just... How do you not just dance?
What
and
a bop.
just, like, and then... Let me just make sure. It's Father Son, right? That's... Yeah, Father and Son by Cat Stevens.
Mm-hmm.
And... Spoiler for anybody who hasn't seen, but for Yondu, Star-Lord, and that whole arc, just...
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
kills me every time. That might be the first movie I cried at. I don't know. It's possible.
It's great. Again, they're both great. And I think it just, it allowed James Gunn to just specifically curate the feel of that time that he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And he used it to such great effect. I mean, there's my daughter now knows the song Come and Get Your Love because they did it so well in the trailer and then the movie of the first one that I just played it at home. You know, there's a video of the soldiers outside Jesus' tomb and they're doing the hey, what? I showed that to her. She's loved it ever since. And now I played the actual song for her, which to be honest, I have a lot of my dad's music taste, so I knew that song beforehand, but now it's so culturally linked to my mid-20s because of that movie and that scene. And a lot of what he did in number 2 as well. Yeah. Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Takes you on a journey. And you can listen to it anytime. And like I said, for me, it ties me right into Mission Impossible 2 might have been a little wild card there. I don't really think of the movie when I listen to that, but But Guardians of the Galaxy, definitely. Yeah, father and son. Stupid. Yondu. Anyways, what's your next?
What's my next one? That kind of a similar vibe of like Guardians of the Galaxy. Easy A. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
I've not, but
I think you'd love it.
Did you go out of order on me, Tim?
I don't know. Did
okay.
I?
It's fine. Keep going. Easy A.
Easy A.
To the audience who's watching.
I think you'd love it. It's a comedy.
I think I would.
Right up your alley.
I would agree.
It's an updated version of The Scarlet Letter with Emma Stone before she got big.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of references to like John Hughes films from the 80s. And so quotable. But the soundtrack I've listened to hundreds of times probably. And same points you were making about Dazed and Confused, of like it just brings you right back to that moment, or that line from that scene where they're on top of the car over the hill looking down on the city, or they're cleaning the bathroom during detention and that's playing in the background. Or it's fantastic.
Sold.
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually, come to think of it, that's one that I should watch with my daughter.
Yeah.
Good. We were just, as we were doing this, we were trying to figure out movies that we're going to watch as a family now that she's soon to be 18, and we can kind of run through all the movies. There's no limitations. Except for there are, because there's some things.
And the audience got an early reveal of your next movie.
Oh, no.
But Ian didn't see it.
Ian didn't see it, so we're rolling it back for him. But there's so many parts of it that I love, but my favorite scene is when she's at home with her mom and dad and her younger brother, who's adopted, because she's white. Stanley Tucci's her dad. I'm not gonna remember her name. Sorry. The actress playing her mom is white as well, and the little boy is black. At one point, they're just having a family discussion, and they says, "How come you didn't have any more kids?" Well, you know, sometimes when your mother and I, when people love each other like your mother and I used to, they want to have more kids. And other times they don't.
Used to.
Yeah. He's like, "We love you very, very much," and then he says something like, "But I'm adopted," because he's black. And Stanley Tucci goes, "What? Who told you?" Who told you? We were gonna have a family discussion about this. But I'm adopted. What? Anyway. It's good.
Tucci, what a good actor.
He's fantastic.
Oh. Can't think of a thing I've seen him in that I didn't enjoy him on. So good.
So there's that. Easy A.
All right.
To you, sir.
Well, let's see. As long as mine's going in order, we'll find out.
Just the order you gave me, ideally.
Hopefully, and hopefully that's the same order.
Yep.
Oh, I did go out of order. Sorry, David.
It's okay.
Well,
It's
then
all
I
good.
should be good. Escape from L.A. Wow. Have you seen it?
I have seen it.
Okay.
The
I know
sequel
you've seen a
to
lot.
Escape from New York.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Again, I'd need to hear the track list to know more about
You
it.
want to pull it up, or
Because I've seen that movie maybe once, and I don't know that I would single it out for songs that I remember from it. But again, one time in college.
You're gonna catch a theme with me. Early 2000s,
Yeah.
new metal.
What year was Escape from Los Angeles?
Might have been late 90s, actually. That's a good question.
I'm going to say it was probably like 96.
Am I looking at the right one?
Here, I can.
Is it the expanded edition or is it the original?
Original.
All right. So it looks like it's very much done by, mostly by just Walker.
96.
No, here, I'll get you the... So you had the Escape from New York main title song. Then you have 10 Seconds Down by Sugar Ray, which most people don't even realize it's actually probably my favorite Sugar Ray song because it's very new metal, not pop Sugar Ray. If you hear it, Sweat by Tool, one that David may have heard. Professional Widow by Tori Amos. Dawn by Stabbing Westward. Blame by Gravity Kills. I Love L.A. by Randy Newman. Our Friends Are Back. Pottery by Butthole Surfers.
Butthole Surfers. They're back just like a
They're on
hemorrhoid.
both of those. The One by White Zombie. Great song. Also, might be my favorite by them. Paisley by Ministry and Can't Even Breathe by George Drakoulias. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Again, very you. I mean, it feels like you went to these movies and were like, cool, a mixtape.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's
Interesting. Man, you are throwing some curveballs, sir.
hey, I'm just letting me flow.
Yep. I'm trying to figure out what I was looking at because it.
There's a whole bunch of different scores and different,
Yeah.
and there's like the
Okay, I see
score
it now.
one that's like 38 songs of all the different scores in between the songs. They're not sure you have so many score tracks, and then this.
Yeah.
It's just,
I was looking at the score,
Yeah.
not the
Oh, yeah.
soundtrack.
I believe it because when I was searching through, and that's the other thing too. I went to what were soundtracks that I have bought, owned, played, repeat, listened to, and also preferably connect to a movie. Mission Impossible 2 being the wild card. I couldn't help myself. And it's just the new metal. I mean, it's
It's the new metal.
it's me.
I get it.
It's
No,
kinda
I'm not.
becoming
I'm not
cool.
deriding you. It was just so out of left field from what I was expecting.
Yeah. If I was going to
Yeah.
recommend a track, the 10 Seconds Down by Sugar Ray. So we want to check out Sugar Ray doing new metal. I played it for my wife, who's a huge Sugar Ray fan, and she had no idea who it was at all. And I showed her, and she's like, "What?" Yep.
Okay.
And also, I don't know if it was a later cut, Escape from the Prison Planet. I don't know if that was like on an extended version, song by Clutch. I don't know if it was on like the extended version. I don't think it was actually in the movie. Like, great song.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, then I'll go back to the one that I jumped over, which is going to be Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. For a similar reason to the Lord of the Rings, of established themes that are in the second, third, fourth, and fifth movies that are also good. it allowed. I know they credit a lot of it to Klaus Badelt, but it's clearly Hans Zimmer. I don't know if you know much of the backstory on it, but Hans had done Gladiator, and then they asked him to do this, so he's like, well, I'm just going to come up with something, and he sent it over, and he's like, well, now I got to go do this movie, but I got this guy, Klaus. He's really cool and is doing great. You should work with him. So he, like, rounded that out. But there's a song in Gladiator, and there's the He's a Pirate theme that are like, it's like the same song. Eerily so. If you haven't heard it, it's a fascinating watch. But that was one of the first movies that kind of immersed me in a completely different world. The Caribbean, the pirates, the curse with them becoming the skeletons, and just being like, that's so cool. And it came out 2003, 4, so I would have been going into my senior year, I want to say, maybe my junior year, spring of my junior year. So that was when I was like just starting to be like, I love movies, all movies. And that was the start of this epic landscape that Gore Verbinski was setting up and creating, and then it was accompanied by and it's, again, I can listen top to bottom any time of day. Also good for writing. Very a little peppier. I've used it for running as well because it has a build to it, and chef's kiss.
Makes you think you can take on the high seas.
Bring me that horizon.
Ah, yes, the high seas, what I got in school.
That's selling it a little high. Low F's.
You, on the other hand, were an easy A.
I sure was.
Oh, callback.
Yeah. Well, instead of calling back, let's move forward.
All right. And
Should have 2 left, right?
yeah. Do you think this is going to throw him?
Is it Captain Ron?
I mean, it can't be any more often. Mission Impossible 2. I just don't think he'll expect it from me.
No, he won't.
No one
But
expects the Spanish
think-
Inquisition.
I think it'll be unexpected, but I do not think it will be surprising.
Fair. Grease.
You know, I've heard it's the word. It's got groove. It's got motion. Grease is the way we are feeling.
So you've heard of it?
I sure have. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
It's a
heard.
great soundtrack.
It is.
I mean, so many bops. Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na, yippity-dip-de-doo. Wap-bap-a-loo-bap, wap-bam-boo.
And for me, again, it flows, it's fun, I love it, and I can see the movie when I listen to the tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And you can listen to the whole thing, and John Travolta is awesome.
So good. They're both so good.
And forgive me, I'm going to forget her name.
Olivia Newton-John.
Yes.
Hopelessly Devoted to You. Summer Nights.
I mean, they're dynamic, and it's, I mean, folks, you might be figuring out, like, Grease isn't necessarily what you think is top of the list for me as a soundtrack or movies. But I'll sit down and watch it anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of times where Katie will have it on, and it's like, okay, I'll watch a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And we're watching the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bop, man.
Yeah, it's one that one isn't one that I've owned or listened to myself, but it's just one that, as I was thinking about it, it's like, what is something that I've listened to tracks and songs and feel the movie in the soundtrack? It makes me think of it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
So it's not all new metal.
Definitely not. No.
Mm-hmm. That was pre new metal. The precursor to new metal.
Yeah, I mean, out of the genre of musicals that made it big in kind of popular culture, I would say that's one where more songs from top to bottom are repeat listeners than some other musical soundtracks. where they work in context of the show, but you wouldn't just pop the CD on unless you're a musical theater buff.
Yeah.
But again, hopelessly devoted to you. There's now, a trend on TikTok where people are doing the and now there's no and just seeing how much they can belt it. And people are like, what is this from? Like,
Yeah.
Grease.
To be fair, it is a couple years ago. So, I mean, the kids that are on TikTok
It is, yeah.
probably don't even know it exists yet.
Yeah, I still don't know how I feel in general about the whole plot of the movie being, can we make this good girl bad? And that's like the end of it. She's like, cool, I'll sleep with you. Let's go. But there is a sequel, not as good. Michelle Pfeiffer takes on the role that Olivia Newton-John vacated. I don't know if you've seen that, but
No.
not quite as fun.
Or it was kind of like Mission Impossible 2, so I didn't bother.
If
Maybe it's new metal. Less greasy. More metally. Grease 2, bring on the buttholes.
Can we just stick to the Metallica? Let's not mix the metal buttholes. Why would they name themselves that?
I don't know.
Why do people do anything, really?
Yeah.
Here we are. Here we are.
And we're back.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Okay.
So if I haven't seen Grease, worth a visit, or are there too many other things on the list?
I would say as a cultural significance thing, yeah. I wouldn't watch it yet with Edmund.
No.
But I think it's a really
Yeah.
fun movie, and there's enough references to it throughout pop culture and general life that it's
Yeah, I know the music, so it's not a lack of knowing some of the things on the soundtrack, but
I would
it's
say
not a movie I invested in.
Yeah, the first movie, yeah. I've never been a huge fan of it live. I've seen it live once in theater, and then they did like a live version of it on TV.
Of all the plays to see, this is not one I would choose.
Yeah. But John Travolta just passed his Saturday Night Fever fame, and Olivia Newton-John at the height of her vocal clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Great
That's
film.
a fun ride.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not the musical dancing number guy. And it's fun.
Cool.
I always enjoy it.
This car is high dramatic, automatic. Why, it's grease lightning. Go grease lightning. Grease lightning, go grease lightning. There is that one song though that like when they're on the bleachers,
Oh yeah.
the second guy has that line and like
Yeah.
you just go. You're Tell me more. Anyway. Okay, so we're back to me.
Yeah.
Okay. This is I will say if we had an honorable mention list, I would probably have like 15 on there, and probably half of them would be John Williams. But my last two are John Williams. And the first one is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Again, this is the one where I didn't start with the first one. I think the theme that he came up with for Harry Potter, and it's got a very lilty feel similar to some stuff in Pirates, but it's so distinctly Harry Potter, but still John Williams. But I think he fits the mood and the feel of Prisoner of Azkaban so well that, again, it transports me back to the movie.
Yeah.
And when I'm watching it, it fits the aesthetic, the scene moving forward, the jump back in time with the time turner. It's great.
No, I can feel that just hearing the songs and going to scenes. Like it just, I feel that.
Yep. It's
No,
that
it comes alive. Like that's a great one.
that with that and part 2 are my favorite Harry Potter films, but it's elevated because of the soundtrack to have Azkaban be my favorite.
That is just a wonderful film.
Alfonso Cuarón. What a director, man. So there you go.
I like it. Yeah. I
Okay.
feel like I've got good studying and work ones to use. I like music.
Mm-hmm.
I need things without lyrics. So now we're the final.
We're on your final one.
Number 6. Animated film. Spider-Man.
Oh.
Where were you going?
I was just going to guess.
What was
Which
your
one?
guess?
Which one?
What was your guess?
I was animated movie. I was going to start with like Up.
Oh, that would have been a good one.
That would have been a good one.
There was quite a few animated films that were in the running of things. But Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the
the
Spider-Verse.
start of that
Okay.
journey.
Yeah.
And I have the new metal side of me, but there's also a little hip hop. And that, again, I can listen to the whole soundtrack and it just flows and vibes. But it takes me into the movie, especially What's Up Danger. Oh, that, it's almost like that you need to get to it, put in work, like Jim. Like that's a good one to get fired up for. But it's just the beat and the flow of the album and the songs and the vibe with it, setting the tone for, I don't know if the other ones that I really say that I feel the same with the soundtracks of the others. It just did such a great job of introducing the character with the movie, matching the vibe of him growing up in New York, the vibe of the communities coming out of, and fitting just, I love me some hip hop, rap,
Okay.
flow. And Sunflower, of course, is just super catchy all the time. But
I'll have to. I want to watch it again because I've only seen it once, and it was within the last 6 or 7 months. And I was watching and just absolutely gobsmacked by the visuals
Oh yeah,
and the animation that I don't know that I actually took in the music side of it. So that would come out more in a second watch. But
they add vibes with it well,
all right,
and it's, again, it's one that I played without the movie. It takes me back to the movie. Enjoy on its own.
have you seen it?
No. Maybe. If I did see it, it was on a day I was really tired, so I don't have a strong memory of it.
It's a good one.
Let me see.
Yeah. It's probably one of the best comic book movies I've seen.
Oh yeah, they did.
Probably a top 10 at least.
They have Gwen at the end, and they all meet at Aunt May's house. Yeah. Am I thinking of the right one? No.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm trying to make sure that.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's that. Then we're at the next one, and we're waiting on the next one. Yeah, because we only have 2 so far. We're waiting on the third. Yes.
Yeah. Because I
Sorry, I had. Yeah.
Yeah.
Miles has an Aunt May?
Yes. No. He doesn't have an Aunt May, but he's connected to Peter Parker of that universe, and Aunt May has a big role in the whole.
Miles does not have an Aunt May. You are correct.
Yes,
Okay.
but she's a
I have to
she's a
watch
key
it again.
player.
Have to watch
I
it.
think kind of, oh gosh, wow, why am I drawing a blank right now? Batman.
Bruce Wayne,
Yeah, no, his butler.
Alfred.
Yeah,
Alfred.
Alfred. That's kind of almost her role a little bit there, of having
It's
headquarters set up.
it's
and
pretty
watch
fun.
over.
If you don't remember that part of it, you know,
Yeah, you need to watch.
I like the way they set it up.
Yeah.
I remember the different Spider-Mans and like the
Yeah, you
girl
watch
and,
it.
and the pig and Peter and
The pig. Spider pig.
Spider Pig. Spider Pig. Does whatever a Spider Pig can.
Can he walk upon the wall? No, we can't.
Homer,
He's a
are you
pig.
putting pig footprints on the ceiling again? No.
You gotta think that they did part of that just because, like, that reference. I hope they did. I hope they did. It's so beautiful.
These things feed each other. It's yeah.
Again, that's still the. I know we talked about it. I haven't talked about it with you, but the glorious reference that you don't see coming in Deadpool Wolverine when he's so excited for him to be Captain America, and then he says "Flame on," and he's Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
Was so well done. And 21 years in the making.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna do it! Flame on.
Yep.
Spoilers.
So many.
So many. All right. So that brings me to my last one.
Indeed, it does.
And this, as I mentioned, is John Williams and one of, if not the classic film soundtracks, the original Star Wars, A New Hope. I don't know how much
Say no
needs
more.
to be said.
Star Wars.
I've come up with the theory because I know that the 60s and 70s in film were trying to be a little bit more gritty, a little bit more realistic, and the soundtracks kind of reflected that. There were some that used music of the day, but the ones that were more instrumental were a little bit more kind of piano-driven and less big and brassy and orchestral. Yes. And I feel like, for all intents and purposes, because I know people are still writing classical music as we think about like Debussy and Chopin and Bach and Liszt and Handel and like all of the classical music.
Yeah.
But I don't know any of those people. But I think John Williams started this big orchestral film soundtrack renaissance that we've had since Star Wars. And it's kind of continued. He's obviously been a big continuing part of it. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, what else has he done besides Star Wars?
he's been nominated
everything
for like
everything.
47 Oscars.
How many has he won?
7 or 8 maybe.
Enough. Yeah.
He's been like some years he's nominated twice.
He's just one of the greats.
He's so good. But again, that's kind of cleared the way for. I love classical music. It's one of the things I enjoyed as a middle school, high schooler to write papers with. But then also film soundtracks of that same vein, the instrumental pieces that can just swell and the tingles down your back and, to your point, bring you back to that scene. And so just because of
marching.
Yeah, just because of how monumental it was for the film, how monumental it is for the story of film soundtracks, it's got to be in there for me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
Star Wars, A New Hope.
I like it. It's good. And you're right. I'm thinking of the orchestra effect of that and what that does for a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, like I said, they weren't really doing it at that time. So, I know he had done Jaws, but that was essentially 2 notes on a cello. Do-do. Do-do. He added a little bit more, but that was the one that made it a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah. Yeah, and you think of all the movies after that had that same build up and ride.
Mm-hmm. And even a movie like Back to the Future, which I think has a really good soundtrack, only was allowed to be that because of what John had done with Star Wars and Indiana Jones. Because Robert Zemeckis was talking with the composer, and the composer's like, I don't want to go too big and like take over the movie. And Robert Zemeckis is like, big, as big as you can go, bigger. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Honorable mention there.
Lots of honorable mentions. This was hard for me to narrow it down.
You're telling me I was still picking them before we got here.
But yeah, Easy A is the only one of mine that isn't like the standard film soundtrack that's composed for this movie, but more of a amalgamation of songs that already existed or were written around or for the movie. But
which is what I expected. Mm-hmm. Although I'm sure honorable mention Wicked would be one of those.
Yeah.
Hamilton.
It's hard for me to do Wicked right now because it's only half the show.
Yeah.
But yes.
But you can't do Wicked 1 and Wicked 2, can you?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, then do I get Guardians 1, 2, and 3? Maybe just 1 and 2. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's an argument to be made. Maybe it's a semantic argument, but still an argument for a volume versus a part. Because it is Guardians Volume 1, 2, and 3. Mm-hmm. And it's Wicked Part 1, Part 2. So it's part of a whole versus a volume is a... Again, maybe it's semantic, but it feels like Volume 1 is its own story that stops, and then they made a sequel. Wicked Part 1 is half of a movie that will be finished. Anyway.
Well, then does that mean all the Harry Potter movies are in? Because they tell one story? Star Wars?
I mean, no. They even did
I
that.
don't know.
They even did that with Deathly Hallows.
Shit.
They made it Part 1 and Part 2. That's one story. That's one book. Right?
I don't know.
You don't know.
No, I'm just like going to throw it out there and poke holes at you.
Anyway, that's the first half of our show. Now we're supposed to look at our 12 and rank them or pick our top 5.
Yeah, like a top 5. What do you think?
Well, clearly
Let's do this. Which one of mine can make the list? Folks, send help.
Oh, man.
No, what I was thinking about it, I was like, it'd be fun to do that, but I kind of, this is what I expected would be in such different spheres.
Yeah, I don't know how many soundtracks containing the butthole service are going to be on my top 5.
Well,
it could be none.
Let's...
Or that.
Or, what if we make a pivot on air?
Is it possible that one butthole is enough for you?
I mean, in my life, I've found that to be true. I've never needed more than one.
The band name, folks.
I've never needed an extra. I mean, what size board do you need? Is it a single fin? Do you wax it? The board.
Oh.
This is devolved.
Yeah.
I only know that band prior to this. Thank you. From Guitar Hero. There's one of their songs on there. I don't remember which one. But I think I probably had the similar reaction the first time I saw it. Of like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I kind of want to Wikipedia it, but then I have to search for it.
Not sure what's going to come up in that search.
Conundrum. What to do.
Phrasing on that search is going to be very important.
Band. Start with band. May or may not get you there.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just say music, right?
Well. Yes.
What if I search for lead singer? You know, That could work. And kind of get to it roundabout.
You could do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Could search for drummer. Get to it.
Who's the lead singer of this band that we're discussing?
Don't know. Wasn't my
Sir
top
Charles
pick,
Langford III.
wasn't my top pick of bands on the list. Sorry to the Butthole Surfers.
Our many apologies. We got to keep this thing tight.
It's not tight at all.
You said you might want to pivot?
Yeah, let's pivot. So, of my list,
Yes, sir.
which would be your top pick of those six?
Could I have them again, sir?
Indeed. Dazed and Confused. Mission Impossible 2.
Mm-hmm.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Mm-hmm.
Escape from L.A., Grease, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay. For my own personal connection, it would be Guardians, followed by Grease. Then probably Spider-Man. But a clear winner would be Guardians Volume 2. So,
That's what I put you on.
heck of a pick. Heck of a pick.
Mm-hmm.
And now you'll have to.
Oh,
I know two, but I'll need his whole list to know.
what?
I'm going to rank
His whole list. Oh, yeah.
I don't remember them.
Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, Legends of the Fall, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, Easy A, Prisoner of Azkaban, and A New Hope.
So it's Lord of the Rings for sure, first, and Harry Potter second. Oh, that's tough. Between Star Wars and Pirates of the Caribbean. I'd have to go Pirates of the Caribbean. Just being so young, seeing Star Wars, I don't think it made as much of a impact or feel on me. Like, I understand what it did in your explanation, and that's amazing. But for me, I'd definitely say Pirates of the Caribbean would be my number 3 out of those.
Love it.
I'll have to check out Easy A.
Yeah, we will.
But, hey, I'll give you, because that, the Lord of the Rings, when you hit that, I was like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just took a 3-hour ride just sitting here.
So good. And even the song, the tag on at the end, if you haven't listened to the full soundtrack, Enya's May It Be, it's in the credits only.
Yep.
Because it's not part of Middle Earth. But beautiful. Her vocals are just phenomenal. And it just fits the feel so well, but it's not Lord of the Rings. So well done. But there you have it. That's our 6. What's yours? Which ones were you most aligned with? Which ones were you like, what?
Are you more the music to go along with the movie guy?
Mm-hmm.
Are you more the music guy that finds the music that matches the movie?
Anyway, let us know. Put it in the comments. But thank you for joining us today on Hamlet without Hamlet. We'll see you next time.
We'll see ya. Take care.